go live. Let's do it. Let's do this. Come on, then.
Tell him.
You tell me what?
Oh, I thought you had music playing.
I do, but it's very quiet right now. I can still.
Brooms, it's about to get wicked.
Get out your brooms, it's about to get wicked. I like it. I like it. What's up, YouTube side? Good to see everybody.
So you and I might be obsessed.
My music just stopped. I don't know what's going on there.
I can't stop.
That's good. That's great.
You can watch it over and over.
Maybe
Here, I'm gonna try to switch this back, see what happens here. Get back to the QOD. What's one thing you can't give up? It says the music is playing. I don't believe it. Something. Are we hitting Tech Gremlins already? Cause that ain't cool. Can you guys hear me okay? We just can't hear the music? Yeah, what's one thing? What's one thing you can't give up? One thing. And why is my music not playing? That's just weird. What is happening? Let me see. I don't know. I don't know. Audio's fine, no music. Okay, well, there's that. Can you hear the music super duper low? Faint music? Weird. Weird. I don't know what's going on. All right, well, we'll roll without it. It's good to see everybody. The heater is still running. It should turn off here in just a second. There we go. That helps. Yeah, music no play. Music no play. Tech Gremlin. Right off the rip here. SOS says one thing. Dusty Thunder. You can't give me up. I appreciate that. Sophia says wing. Subeka said Dusty Thunder too.
It's mine too.
That's yours too? Aw. That's so nice. Mine is you as well.
I'll be on the live in just a minute. I found an ingrown hair video.
Katie Thunder found an ingrown hair video, so
Still coming.
she'll be joining us here in just a second.
It restarted.
She's been on the ear cleaning videos lately, and always wants to show me, and I'm like, I have no interest in watching that. But because we talked about it, then my FYP was all ear cleaning videos and the ad videos that are trying to sell you the ear cleaning tools.
Who doesn't want their ears sprayed out with water?
No, this wasn't the water one. It was like the scope that connects to your phone. Has like the grippy tool. Has anybody purchased one of the ear cleaning tools that they've seen on TikTok? And if so,
So comforting.
what did you think?
It's like,
I know.
it's like stripping tissues.
I get you toilet paper. I don't have any.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Let me go get some out of my
We need to bring a box of tissues up. I keep forgetting.
I don't have any.
Those are addictive videos, Breezy. Said yes. Purple Tinker said yeah, but haven't used it yet. Totally radical. Your mother has that scope. Does she like it? I fallen victim to TikTok Shop a few times because I see things that Candy Thunder will like. We won't talk about the first couple experimental purchases that I had.
You mean the green tea serum?
I said we won't talk about it. Family. Sienna, no, I haven't seen your Insta message yet. I'm sorry, I'm terrible about checking messages on Insta and Facebook. I have about 3,700 different places to check messages because it's not just for me, it's like for clients too. So it's all over the place. Chelsea, no, that's why they have ear doctors. I'm with you. However, if I end up having a blackhead and ingrown hair or something that needs removed from my body, it's like Christmas morning for Candy Thunder. Like, I bring it to her and I'm like, I have a gift for you. And she's like, ooh, let me get my tools and a headlamp. And we go, and we go into surgery. She's like sanitizing things. It's wild. 3D mini prints, Fang. Corgis, Cheryl. Yeah. Chips. Quiet and Inner Jerry Hill. What kind of chips? What's your go-to chip? That's going to have to be a future QOD. Your go-to chip. What'd you say Navy Thunders are? She's really into Pringles right now.
Yeah.
The baked
Lays.
Pringles, baked Lays. Yeah, baked Lays. Pizza, Bayfox. You know what? My like non-Candy Thunder, non-family, if it's a thing, Brekkie Pizza from Casey's might be up there. It might be. Joyful Stranger, the Devil's Lettuce.
Y'all know what mine is.
Yeah. Candy Thunder was just being nice when she said me. It's actually Diet Coke, then the kids, then probably Tony Spark, then Dusties somewhere way down here. Oh, the dogs, and then I'm down there somewhere. Coffee, Dr. Pepper, Catherine.
I think you're overestimating how high I am.
No, you're up there, man. You're up there. Ellen, the family, which includes the animals. Oh, yeah. Patty Catty, for sure. Christine in South Africa. Hey, thanks so much for being here. Greatly appreciate that. We normally have music playing right now. I don't know why we don't, but
You want
Yeah.
Candy Thunder and I to sing along?
yeah,
with
please
it in the
sing.
background?
We need some background music. Just, yeah, whatever.
We could sing Wicked in the background.
Vamp. Yeah. Wicked, that's fine.
Look at her, she's wicked.
You got to sing the same thing at the same time. Can't just be all over the place. Brittany, there you go. Ellen, she's a bum today, still covered up. Quick update on Arya, our cat. Her left eye did respond a little bit to some light, so that's good. We did find out she had some kidney issues. However, this thought hit me, and I'm like, holy crap, you know who else went blind? Arya in Game of Thrones. And then she regained her vision, and then she became even more of a badass. That's what's going to happen with Arya, our cat. So we actually have a plan. We're going to start gradually increasing the size of her enclosure to get her to reacclimate with her current vision and see if she can become at least as functional as possible now. So we'll see what happens. We'll see. Chocolate, Greasy more. Oh. My angel says, Candy, you must watch Dilated Pores of Weiner.
I thought that said wiener.
Not Dilated Pores of Wiener.
That's not something I want to watch.
No. Hey, Anna Hartman with the 2025s. Thanks so much for that. We are going for 4K 2025s, which are the single coin like the lightning bolt. To get Candy Thunder up here to get us started. Bailey Chapman with the 2025 glasses. Jenny M. Pink. Bailey Chapman. Karma. Kelly Knights. Totally Radical. Nisi. Karma getting there. Fane. Quiet Knitter. Jerry Hill. Nicole Trujillo. Laura Lienes. Fane. Boo Boo. Tony Spark dropping 50 of those 2025s. Christian Museum Girl, Overkill Mill, Candy CEO, KB, Little Red Corvette Girl, Jerry. Thanks so much for the love. Wendy Taylor, Candy CEO, KB, Catherine, Devin U, B. Thanks so much for the love. Ear stuff hurts so bad. You can feel the pain of those blackheads on the ears and nose. It does.
I was responding to Ellen. I was going to read out loud.
Well, I mean, when you're having conversations in chat, it's like, that's the risk. I might read part of it out loud. Furthermore, you're in Norway. Nice. Charlotte Dobre, Kitty Cat Queen. Donna Johnson dropping the first super on the YouTube side, which, by the way, I need to get set up there. Hold on. All the colors. No time limit. And we are doing what? Asking on Helmet and AMA. All right. Do it. Do it. Thanks so much, Donna. Greatly appreciate it. Said, I'm not giving up my carts. Anything fair game.
Cats.
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 Cats. Or carts. Turns out Donna Johnson is an avid go-kart racer. I could see it. Juliet, just keep discovering more addictions. You know what? As long as you can, if you have an addictive personality, the trick is just getting addicted to good things, right? To positive things. Chelsea Stevens, member for 15 months. OMG, it's freezing in Florida. It is, all of 2 degrees here right now. I can feel my beard freeze when I go outside. It's an interesting sensation. It's actually 26 right now, but close enough. Close enough. All right, let's go ahead and get the party started here, ladies and gents. Coming up, we have stories about Christmas visits or lack thereof, stealing the wedding spotlight, friend group drama, getting thrown under the bus by your partner, giving into peer pressure, disputes over gas money. We also have spicy stories and a cake story. Hey, Mercy dropped the $5 super here. Got the permanent front 2 caps on your teeth this morning, so just about got your 2 front teeth for Christmas. Hey, ho. Very nice. And thank you so much for the love. Greatly appreciate that. Wait, what happened?
Florida's in the 40s.
But a meeting at 3 at least? No, that's unacceptable. Unacceptable. You're already booked during that time. The first goal, of course, is 4K 2025 to get Candy Thunder up here on the TikTok side, and a 10 super chat goal on the YouTube side, which we actually have 2 of knocked out. I just didn't start it until after Donna's. The week's share goal is 1,500 shares on the TikTok side. Make sure you're sharing the live as well as tapping the screen to like it. Greatly appreciate all that love. Kay Turner already sharing the hooey out of it there. Thank you so much for that. We appreciate it. It really does help us get in front of more people. A reminder, we will have gift goals that are separate on the TikTok and YouTube side like we have been doing. We'll keep you posted on that as we go. Make sure you're subscribed on the YouTube side to stay up to date on everything current. Plus, in case we don't have access to TikTok at some point here, we will keep going on the YouTube side. There is a new episode of the Dusty Thunder podcast with Beer today out on YouTube, also on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Let us know if you've watched that yet, and if you have, what you thought. The Grumpy Old Men podcast. Also, we tried something new on there where we did intentionally unhelpful advice, and I thought it was pretty fun. We might do that again sometime. A reminder, keep chat positive and respectful. Everybody is allowed to have their own opinion. We encourage you to share that opinion in a respectful way. Not everybody's going to agree. It costs nothing to be a DFHB, so let's be DFHBs. And no spoilers. Spoilers will be muted from the live. And with that, get out your gosh-heckin' brooms. Let's see if we can get this music to work.
It's about to get wicked.
There's no music on this one either. What the blubbity blubbins is happening? OBS has been losing its mind lately. I blame OBS. Elise, you're on both. They knew and overbooked you? Wait. Yeah, I don't hear any music at all. You hear music?
Where's the music?
How am I not hearing the music? I'm so confused. This ain't the way it's supposed to happen. This ain't the way it's supposed to go down, ladies and gentlemen. It ain't the way. Huh. Well, that's just... My gasps are flabbered. All right. Yeah, no, everything's routing out the same signal here, so I don't know. I don't know. It's interesting. Okay. We will get started here forthwith. Forthwith! It's the first wave. All right, since I can't tell when music is going on, I'm gonna have to really pay attention here. What's going on there, Tater?
I gotta fix it. My hair fell out. My clip fell out. My hair fell out of my clip.
Very tense moment here at Stormcloud Studios, ladies and gentlemen. Candy Thunder's hair fell down and she has to fix it before she comes up on screen.
No, I'm just putting it in a ponytail. I just can't put a ponytail.
I have
There's
some...
no women in this office.
No, I'm sorry. I have some Velcro straps around here somewhere. Will that work?
I got rubber band.
Okay.
It just fell. My hair's
Oh,
too short,
gosh.
it fell out.
All right. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Hey there, it's Dusty with yet another Reddit story for you. This one is, am I the astronaut for not paying for my child's mother to visit for Christmas? We'll dive in on this. We'll play the poll game here. What? Poll has started. 1 minute, YouTube side. Elise dropped the $5 super to everybody. Please help me kindly bully Tony into sending me cookies. You need to send cookies to Elise.
What cookies? You guys ate them all. I brought a dozen.
You have to make more. Well, yeah, you're not going to send her those that you just made. You got to make more specifically for Elise.
They were pretty good.
They were damn good. I had one. It didn't even heat it up. Just had it, and it was like the perfect consistency. It was great. It was great. But if you're going to send them, you'll probably have to like throw the piece of bread or something in there to maintain the moisture, right? It's a lot of work. It needs, yeah, we need Ted to get edibled up and get like hyper focused on the mission there. Okay, the title was Am I the Astronaut for Not Paying for My Child's Mother to Visit for Christmas? No, I mean, that's not your child's... No, okay, so you're obviously not together. It's not your obligation to pay for the other parent. It's their obligation to do whatever it takes to see their child, right? And if it is like a standard custody kind of agreement, it's normally the picking up parent's responsibility to travel to pick up. It is. Now, in a lot of cases, like in our case, we have multiple sets of parents involved, but we'll meet halfway because we're amenable creatures like that. And we meet halfway both times. It makes it easier. Then we're not having to drive a long way when we pick kids back up, right? So it's, but if you're doing it by the letter of the agreement, it's probably on the other parent here. Let's dive in. 77% voted NTA here, so I think we're generally in agreement, but let's figure it out. I have sole, legal, and physical custody of my daughter who turns 1 on New Year's Day. I've been her primary caretaker since she was a newborn. Things turned out this way because her mom had planned to give her up for adoption. I tried to go along with that plan, but ultimately couldn't. Her mom, my ex-girlfriend, and I are not together. We broke up before she even told me she was pregnant. We met in college, which is several states away from where I'm from. I had already relocated back to an area closer to where I'm from before she told me she was pregnant. She still lives in the area the college is in. She is still working on graduating, but has been struggling this year. So originally, she didn't really want any updates, photos, etc. of our daughter. She agreed to give me some custody, but she is still legally my daughter's mother. Confused here. Hold on. Time out. Because OP starts us off by saying, I have sole legal and physical custody of my daughter. So I don't know that this is an accurate statement. She agreed to give me some custody, but she is still legally my daughter's mother.
I feel like you might have gone back and added that.
Oh, she agreed to give me sole custody.
Soul. Yeah. Yep. That's just a typo. She agreed to give me sole custody, but she is still legally my daughter's mother. I've respected her wishes and updates and whatnot, but also let her know I'd be open to sharing if she changed her mind. A few months after our daughter was born, she reached out and asked for an update and to see pics. We didn't talk every day, but she started regularly checking in. Then a few months later, she asked if she could visit. I didn't know how I felt about that, but I understand I have to separate my own feelings from what's best for my daughter. Ultimately, I think it'd be good for her to have her mom involved in her life. Anyway, she wanted me to pay for her to come visit. I told her no, I couldn't afford it. I was 24 years old and raising our baby on my own. Sorry. She seemed disappointed, but didn't really mention it again. Then a few weeks before Christmas, she mentioned wanting to see our daughter for Christmas and her birthday. I was annoyed that she'd bring it up like 2 weeks before Christmas, but I tried to be nice about it. Then she asked me to pay for it again. I told her no. I'm going to go ahead and red flag this here. I really want to see her. And I want you to pay for it. I don't think anybody in OP's shoes here would be like, sure. The truth is that I had the money this time. I could have afforded a plane ticket. I could have let her stay at my place if need be, although I really hated the idea of that. I told her I couldn't afford it. I just don't want to pay for her to come out here. She pays nothing in child support, and honestly, that doesn't bother me. But if she wants to come here and visit, I think she needs to pay for it. Of course, she tried to guilt trip me and accuse me of keeping her from her daughter over Christmas, and that I should be lucky she's made this so easy for me. She sent me several messages on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day about how I kept my daughter from having both her parents with her for her first Christmas, and that I'm evil, I'm Scrooge, etc. Was I the asshole for not paying for her to come see our daughter at Christmas? Edit! I officially have sole legal and physical custody ordered by the court. No need to comment to advise me to speak to a lawyer to officially get custody. I have it, and it's been in place for well over 6 months. She also literally just turned 22 and is in college. She has no money. There is no money for child support right now, and I want her to be able to finish school. Child support could increase in the future. Okay, so I'm going to give you my personal thoughts on this here, OP. When you have a child with another person that you are not with and disagreements start popping up, you have to revert back to the agreement. The agreement should be the thing you can always fall back to if you can't agree on something different, right? You have sole custody. but she's legally still the mother. There's got to be some kind of structure in there that says if mother wants to see or have a supervised visit with the child or a visit unsupervised, whatever, there has to be some kind of process that she has to go through. Travel is not, travel and amenities are covered by no one. That's on her. And there's got to be some kind of documentation that says that's not on, well, no, unless there's documentation that says it's on you, it's not on you. There has to be some kind of process for her to be able to request that, though. X time ahead, subject to approval, whatever it is. Having that kind of structure in your document always allows you to fall back to it and say, look, well, if we can't agree on something different, the document says this, we have to follow the document. If you don't follow the document, you get in trouble. So there's that. She changed her mind. That's a her thing. She's wanting to come see her daughter. That's a her thing. And if she wanted to come see her daughter bad enough, she would find a way to make it happen. Don't you think? Don't you think? Ms. HH says, Mom should pay at least for herself. She isn't helping with her child morally. In or out, Mom, pick. Yeah, I mean, also putting myself in her shoes, I'm sure she's wrestling with this hard, but she made a decision. And she has to understand that popping in randomly to try to be a part of a child's life randomly isn't healthy. She's got to be aware of that. And right now, her expectations of you, OP, I call bullshit on. I think she's trying to guilt you because guilt is something that can work, right? But go back to the agreement. What does the agreement say that she can and cannot do? What access does she have? If it's none, it's none. You have sole, legal, and physical custody. She probably has no source for visitation here. And if she wants to do that, she's going to have to go through a lawyer to request a modification. And unless there's been a change in circumstances, that probably will not happen. So you have every right to say no. Anything beyond no is you doing her a favor. That's it. Doing her a favor. And I think you, OP, have to be really guarded here. And I know there's a part of you that feels guilty too because your child doesn't have her mother in her life. And you're like, yeah, it'd be great for her to have her mom in her life. Maybe. There's a lot of potential damage that can come from a parent showing up for a very short amount of time. And you're talking about like a couple days, maybe, and then disappearing again. There's no stability there. There's no relationship that's going to be built there, especially not a maternal one. There's not going to be any opportunity to build a relationship there. And if that kind of pandered, that kind of random pattern continues, that's only going to cause damage to your child. And confusion. There's no good that will come from that. Your ex is really struggling with her decision right now, but that decision was made legally. It's been made. Wendy Taylor, it sounds like she has no rights since she was giving her up for adoption. OP says she's still legally her mother, which means she's on the birth certificate, right? But she has no rights to the child. Ooh, hard case. If this is what she expects from you, what will she expect from your child? That's a good point. I mean, there could be this kind of pseudo relationship that's built over time, and then it relies on guilt. And then maybe she starts using the child against you and convincing the child to guilt you into things that she wants you to do, like driving the child to her to see her at times. Like, it's dangerous. It's dangerous, right? Sarah says he should set the precedent that he will cover the cost for her to visit the child. She will learn to expect it and demand that he pay for her to visit every time. Should he do it? Yeah. If he did do that, you're right. That would be the precedent, and she would start expecting that every time. And he, in fact, is just training her to guilt him enough, to be persistent with her guilt enough that eventually he'll cave. At least just because he has the money doesn't mean he needs to spend it on her. He has a child to save money for now, too. 100%. And him feeling bad for lying because he said, I could have afforded it. Unless there's some kind of legal obligation for you to pay for that, the answer is no. You're not getting any support from this person. Kids are not cheap. Raising a baby ain't cheap. And she wants you to go out of pocket for her to come visit and potentially do a lot of damage. Nah. Not doing it. Not gonna do it. Mel, Rules are in place for a reason. The child comes first. My ex played those games. Can't stand it. Can't stand the games. We're very lucky, Candy Thunder. Like we're very lucky to have the civil relationships that we have with the other parents that are involved here. There's a lot of words on this post-it note. Okay, hold on. Before we dive into the... Okay, I got to make an official determination here. The question was, am I the astronaut for not paying for my child's mother to visit for Christmas? Hell no. No, and I would urge you to look at the bigger picture here. And now that you are a parent, you're a new parent, right? You have a baby. So you're probably not yet thinking long-term. You're thinking short-term, right? But think about the long-term effects. What if your ex shows up couple of days per year and plays mom while she's there? Imagine the confusion that could cause within your child, and then multiply that by 5 years. And think about when your kid's 5 turning 6. This could be a really confusing, damaging thing for your child. So hell no, you're not the asshole for not paying for it. I would urge you to really think hard about the structure that you would use if you did allow her to come have a visit. And I would say, putting myself in your shoes there, like, okay, you can come visit like at X number of times throughout the year. However, when you're visiting, you are not going to start saying things like, I'm your mommy, because you're not. It could be really, really confusing. Swashbuckling fools, my angel. Yeah. Zool, hey, heck yeah, all the best vibes out there for your hubby as well. I have a special note to read for you here, at the behest of Tony Spark. If you aren't a member on YouTube or TikTok, now might be a really good time to join. As one of the perks of being a paid member on TikTok and YouTube, ambulances drive by. Just kidding. You are able to join in the VIP Facebook group, where we just posted a form for fan voting for the Dusties. If you haven't heard about the Dusties before, it's kind of like the Macbeth of this stream. The first one was an absolute fustercluck. We are doing it again. We're doing the Dusties again this year on my birthday, February 10th. Right now, we are gathering votes and feedback from the VIP group about who should be the winners for each of the categories that we have. So, if you'd like to have a voice in that, you become a part of the VIP group. You do that by being a member on either the YouTube or TikTok sides. If you are a member of the VIP group, make sure you go check out that form and cast your votes for the Dusties. We need your help, and we need you to vote on that pretty quickly, because our timeline is pretty aggressive here. Go votes. Go votes. Dude, it's Nikki. Yeah, that's been a talk for a while. We'll see what happens. Chuck, yeah. Chuck says, LOL. Oh, the Dusties, LOL. Such an epic train wreck, LOL. Accurate. Still talking about it in therapy.
It's going to be better.
But here we are. This is going to be a redeeming Dusties, right? Well, what if it's not? Here's the we've hedged against risk here, because it's not going to be a live show. We're pre-recording. We are doing it as a premiere on YouTube, so it's going to come out like it's a live stream. We'll all be able to chat and watch it together at the same time, but it's all going to be pre-recorded. So nothing can fall apart live like it did for the last Dusties. The Dusties is an award show, Wendy. So we basically take like the biggest asshole, or the spiciest story, or the worst mother-in-law, those kind of things. We have a bunch of different categories, and we reveal who the winner is for each category, and it covers like the past year. So we listen and we don't judge. During the Dusties, at least the first one, that's tough. Where do you go vote? Chuck84 on the VIP Facebook group. On the Facebook group. The Thunder Team commentary on the Dusties. Yeah, it's still up, I think. I think it's up on YouTube if you want to go back and watch it, but it was a fustercluck. Oh no, that was the pre-recorded videos. I don't think the live is accessible to anybody anymore. I hope not. If it is, you should definitely pop some popcorn and go watch me melt down live. That was fun. All right. We're at 2560 of 4K right now on the 2025 to get Candy Thunder unlocked. Elise says, no, Mac, we judge. We judge. Deborah Elizabeth Browning with the 2025s, 34 of them. Thanks so much for the love. Dan, one only God can judge with the 2025 glasses. Daniela Luz. Deborah Elizabeth Browning again. Dan, one again. They're Overkill Mill. Deborah, Nina, Tabby Styles, Terry Peters, Daniela, Oklahoma, Charlotte Arnold, Dan, one great Auntie Kiki, Bailey Chapman, Casey C, Karen Shaper Cutter, Overkill Mill, Luna Rose, Charlotte Arnold. Thanks so much for the love. We need a list of the stories to go off of. Yeah, I think. Yeah, there are way too many. So I think the plan was, if you look at either the YouTube channel or the TikTok channel, there is that AITA stories playlist. That's probably the best way to access it. But those are the lists, basically, of what's available. But sorting them out into XYZ, yeah, I think would be
There's just too many
wildly cumbersome.
multiple choice lists.
Yeah. February 6th, thanks so much for the love. Says, hey, Dusty, big fan of you and Candy. Thank you. Thank you. Also, February 6th, is that a birthday coming up for you? I'm the 10th. I'm on the 10th. Viva, subscribing on TikTok is different than YouTube, right? It is. Indeedly do it is. Hey, Mama Kitty, Deidre, Terry Peters, thanks so much for the love. We'll dive over to the next story here. Hey there, it's Dusty with another story for you. This one is, am I the astronaut for stealing my sister's wedding spotlight with my emergency C-section? All right, we'll play the game with this one. Poll starting now. 1 minute. Am I the astronaut for stealing my sister's wedding spotlight with my emergency C-section? I think it says emergency C-section. It's like, did she accuse you of planning an emergency C-section? You waited to have this problem until my wedding day. You heinous bitch. I don't think that's how that probably went down. Twin Mama says, I plan emergencies all the time. Who doesn't? Ask on one with random medical emergencies. So selfish. It'd be kind of fun to have that power. You could get out of a lot of things.
Oh, I didn't even hear the time.
Am I the astronaut for stealing my sister's wedding spotlight with my emergency C-section? Probably.
How rude.
You can only be a bigger asshole if they had to perform that C-section like during the ceremony at the wedding. And there happened to be like a surgeon there in a sterile environment where they could actually like jump in and do that. Uh-oh, is Matt grumpy? Oh no. Sometimes it happens, man. Sometimes, you know. I'm in my 40s now, so if I sleep wrong or with the wrong pillow, I'm going to pay for it for a week. That's 40s. Okay, we had mostly NTAs on this. I don't think there's any way OP is not an NTA here. Let's find out. This past weekend, my younger sister got married. It was a huge event, over 200 guests, a fancy venue, the works. My husband and I attended, despite my being 38 weeks pregnant. I was feeling fine, and my doctor had cleared me to go as long as I stayed close to home and didn't overexert myself. During the reception, I started feeling some cramps. I thought they were just Braxton Hicks contractions, so I tried to ignore them and focus on the party. About an hour in, the cramps got worse and I started bleeding. My husband and I quickly excused ourselves and headed to the hospital. Long story short, I ended up needing an emergency C-section to deliver my son. Thankfully, everything went well and our baby is healthy and safe. The issue? My sister is furious with me. She claims I ruined her big day because several family members left the wedding early to come to the hospital, including our parents, who understandably wanted to make sure that I was okay. She says that I should have waited until after the wedding to go to the hospital, or at least not told anybody what was happening until the next day so the focus could stay on her. Also, there's more to the story, but I would like to point out right now, OP made it through the wedding, was at the reception, and that's when she started to feel cramps. And about an hour later, that's when she had to leave. And they quietly excused themselves. So, she didn't make a big show about this. I apologized for the timing, but I reminded her that this was a medical emergency and I didn't exactly choose for it to happen during her wedding. My mom and dad are on my side, but some of her friends and even a few relatives are saying that I'm selfish and I could have handled the situation differently. My sister hasn't spoken to me since, and now I'm wondering if I really did something wrong. Am I the astronaut for going to the hospital during my sister's wedding? Edit for clarification. For those who might ask why I attended the wedding so late in my pregnancy, I cleared it with my doctor beforehand and had no prior complications. The hospital was only 20 minutes from the venue. I had no way of knowing this would happen. Okay, there is an update. Before we dive into an update, thoughts right now. I mean, there's no way it's anything other than NTA. Sergeant Mac, yeah, OP was actively bleeding. She's like, you should have waited. You can't control that other people left to come make sure that you were okay. You can't control those other people, and she's mad because your parents left? I'm sorry. You are in mortal danger. Your sister was just having a party. The wedding was over. It was a reception. I understand it's all part of the same thing, but you didn't make any choices for anybody. She's mad because other people left after you left. Shouldn't she be mad at those other people who left? It's not like you were like, you have to come here now. They made their own decisions as grown-ass humans. She's jealous. She wanted her attention. I get it. That's her problem. She can deal with that. Meanwhile, you learned a lot about your relationship with your sister because she doesn't care if you are in mortal danger. If it comes between your life and her attention's going to win every damn time. And that's important to know, is it not? Yeah. Update. Thanks for the mostly supportive messages, everybody. They are greatly appreciated. Update is my sister and I have now spoken via phone. She's on her honeymoon and has yet to meet the baby. This is fine. She's still angry, but more at the situation than me. So this is a welcome shift. Just to all who had asked or speculated, no, I did nothing to draw attention to myself during the reception. My parents noticed what was happening, and word naturally spread among the guests. This was beyond my control. Let me know what you think. Did I mess up, or is my sister overreacting? Your sister's overreacting. That's it. Your sister is overreacting, and she's also a big old bizzo to even have an issue with this at all. And the conversation you had with her on the phone where like she's on her honeymoon and she's not mad at me, she's just mad at the situation, I don't fucking care. That doesn't make it better. That doesn't make it better. Yeah, I'm sorry that people giving you your flowers and fanning you and you getting treated like Cleopatra for the entire fucking day got cut short by like 30 minutes. Yeah, super sorry about that. I almost died. If she's mad at the situation, does that mean she's mad at the baby? Is she going to hold a grudge against your child because of this? Maybe. Maybe. She sounds like a real special bitch. LMB, she's only worried because that's what some people will remember, the baby's birth. No. Hockey mom, yeah. I don't... Yeah, which just reinforces the possibility of her holding a grudge against your child for this. So OP, while you are wildly NTA, which I think we've already stated here, but just to make sure, while you are wildly NTA, a word of caution, she may harbor these feelings and let them rear their ugly head against your child at some point. So I would just be monitoring that relationship very closely. Hey, Christina, welcome to the Gosh Hecked fam on the TikTok side. Hell yeah. Also, I can't hear it, but I know you guys can hear it, so we'll rock and roll there. Charlotte Arnold dropped the 2 hundo 2025s. We're at 3,400 to 4K to get Candy Thunder up here. Kelly Brienne with the heart me. Janice 2014 Real Broad in Housewife World. Thanks so much for the love. Elizabeth Waff. Charlotte Arnold, Amy O'Donnell Farber, AM Harlequin, Mandy, Charlotte Arnold again there. Dan Wan with the Extravaganza 2025. Hell yeah, thanks so much. Tony Spark dropped the 27 2025s. It's KG. Charlotte Arnold, Rebel Wolf Marketing, Deborah Elizabeth Browning, Charlotte Arnold again there. Rainbow Bright. Tabby Styles, Erica Hawkins, Mama Kitty, Deidre, Terry Peters, Charlotte Arnold again, Luna Rose, Deborah Elizabeth, thanks so much for the love. Jarby, Brooks, Tony Spark, thank you. We're getting there. 3411. We're moving up. No music this time? Cool. That makes me sad. We're just rolling with no music today. Diana, thank you. I'm glad you have fun. Misty, there's supposed to be music, but I don't know what's happening. With some people hear it and some don't. What? That's the weirdest, most fickle tech gremlin I've ever encountered. Ever. No, I don't. At least I don't. I don't. Okay. Let's dive into the next one. Oh, we're getting closer on the 2025's Adventures with Pam is throwing down now. Justice Blessing is passing the hundo. Jackie Kelly, Wendy Taylor, Tiffany. Thanks so much for the love. Wendy Taylor, Mama on top. Jarby Brooks. Thank you guys. We're going to hit that. We're going to hit that during this story. Hey there, it's Dusty with yet another story for you. This one is Am I the Astronaut for asking my friends to support me over another friend? Well, I'm sure we'll get the context here momentarily, but just for shits and giggles, let's vote in a poll. 1 minute starting now. Am I the astronaut for asking my friends to support me over another friend? Seems like a divisive thing to do. Candy Thunder, what would you vote here in the initial poll? Am I the astronaut for asking my friends to support me over another friend? Which way would you vote? Feels divisive, does it not?
I'm going to go with NTA. I don't know the story.
Candy Thunder's going NTA.
Maybe they have good reason. Maybe the other friend is an asshole.
Maybe the friend is an asshole? It's possible. Now, asking your friends for support is one thing. Asking for them to support you and not someone else
Yeah, I don't know.
is quite another. We got 15 seconds here, but in the meantime, I got to give some thanks because we hit that goal. Would you look at that? Would you just look at it? Can I get a gifters list from someone, please? You've unlocked Tater Thunder.
I'm not going to do feedback.
Okay.
Just love after.
Tater Thunder. In particular order here, Charlotte Arnold leading the board. Overkill Mill, Bailey Chapman, Adventures with Pam, Nicole Trujillo, 19J Blessing, BF 5740, Tony Spark, Anna Hartman, Jen here, Ashley freaking Marie, Wendy Taylor. I'm a stinkerdoodle. So we needed to call Luna a stinkerdoodle. Kat Schmitty, Janice C 2014, Geeky Fane, Crystal Stockman, Kythanis, Rose Lane, Mama Kitty, Mandy Chasteen, Deborah Elizabeth Browning, Chrissy. Words are hard. Mama B101, Aunt Sue, NB Devenu, Real Broad Zuba, Boo 77, Little Squishy, Violet Green, TF90, TKP Nurse. We've got Berenice Huerta, Carm J1, Rebel Wolf Marketing, The Real RP, Cassie Harrelson, KDCLKB, Letty Foray, Jackie Kelly, Casey, Ms. No, Tabby's Clark, Anna Hansen, Bizzo B, Roberta, what's that?
Nothing, I was just like...
Roberta Ozligel and Kristen Museum Girl. Thank you guys so much for the love. I'm going to get the next one started up. ESH won this one. Oh, y'all are so smart. Y'all are so
Yeah, I
smart.
forgot about that one.
ESH, that makes perfect sense. All right, let me get the next goal set up here. This one is going to unlock a spicy story and Caden Thunder appearance. If this thing will let me get to what I need to get to here. Spicy story and Caden Thunder. Boop. There we go. And you've unlocked her. So instead of bringing her up for feedback, we're going to go ahead and bring her up right now. It is Tater Thunder, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my God, it's Tater Thunder. Well, but you said not to.
Yeah, I know. I don't have any.
You don't have to have.
Okay.
You don't have to have an itinerary or like talking points when you come up here.
But then I don't know what to do with my hands.
What do I do? What do I put on
Yeah.
the teleprompter for you if you don't have?
I don't know.
You don't have talking
I don't have
points.
anything.
You're gonna have to wing it. You're gonna have to improv,
I don't have anything.
vamp,
This is me.
dance,
I really don't.
Navy tidbits. She did start doing something really funny here
Okay.
in the past couple days.
She's been doing freeze dance, and and they have like the statue where you have to freeze and like do a funny pose. And this girl does the funniest poses. Like I can't even get through like dressing her because every time you look at her, she'll just like scrunch her little face and do that exactly just like that. And it is the cutest. Yes, I found a ponytail holder in my purse. It is the cutest thing ever. And he filmed it the other night and I could not stop laughing. I just love our little kids. They're just so sweet. I mean, most of them aren't little, but they're just so much fun.
And they're not always sweet.
No, but they are the sweetest.
They're
I
good
love
kids.
them. Yes.
So now, this morning, whenever I was getting her out of the car to take her to school,
she
her
did
first
it
day back,
yesterday,
yeah, she's doing her little poses, her pose thing, because she knows you'll laugh, and she wants to make you laugh.
Yeah.
But now she's already trying to use it to get out of things. When I'm like, okay, it's time to go potty and brush teeth and get ready for bed, she's like, I'm like, you can't use it to get out of stuff.
I can't. Yes, she can because
She vogues. Yes, she's vogues.
I just melt into a freaking puddle and laugh my ass off the whole time. And I'm the firm parent. He's the funny parent.
What?
And but I can't. She's in this stage now where she just makes me laugh my ass off, and my firm parenting is out the window.
She's funny.
Yeah.
She's a funny kid.
Yep.
But as soon as she starts actively defying you when you're trying to get something done,
Yeah.
it's pretty easy for the cute stuff to not be funny anymore. And you're like, okay, we got to get you. We have to brush your teeth, child. Like, there's no choice. It has to happen. Come on.
This morning, whenever I was getting her dressed for school, today was her official like first day back at school post Christmas break. Yes.
So ready.
She was excited. We're excited. And, but I'm trying to get her dressed, and it was just like a piece of cooked spaghetti the whole time. And finally I was like, Navy, just stand up. And she's like, fine, I will. And I was like, thank you. Thank you.
Well, she says it like a teenager.
Yeah.
Like a spiteful teen.
Yeah.
Fine, I will.
I played a new song for her, and it's Gracie Abrams. She really likes, I think she just likes her voice. I'm not sure, but she really enjoys Gracie Abrams. And I played a new song that she hadn't heard before, and I was like, did you like it? She's like, yeah, it's Gracie Abrams. I told you that. And I was like,
Oh, the I told you.
thank you. Thank you. All right. Next story.
Tater
Let's find
thunder,
out.
ladies and
We gotta
gentlemen.
find out if this friend is right or wrong.
Is the friend right or wrong? And here's the rest of the story. Elise dropped the $2 super said, my angel's idea, time for Taylor Thoughts graphic. Oh, Tater Thoughts graphic? Yeah, we need to make one. Tater Thoughts needs to become a thing. Hey, Catnip, welcome, Mary B. Welcome to the Gosh Heckin' Thunder Crew and Pumpkin. Welcome to the Thunder Crew as well. Glad to have you here. Greatly appreciate the love and you joining the fam here. Tater Thoughts need to become a thing. That only happened, what, Sunday night when we came up with that?
Somebody said a tater for your thoughts.
A tater for your thoughts? Yeah.
A penny for your
Tater Thoughts, and then a tater for your thoughts. That should be like the tagline of it. That would be smart. We're at 6 at 175 on the paper cranes right now. Before we get into the story, Dan Juan, Disheveled Barbie, Tiffany Spite, Jamie S, Tiffany again there, Bailey Chapman, Kristen Museum Girl, Jamie, Tiffany, Annim Bracker, Tony Spark, Cassandra Balsis with the ice cream cone, Ash Wags. Now a sub. Welcome to the Gosh Heckin' Fam, courtesy of Mama Kitty. Mama Kitty, thanks so much for sending that out. Amanda Williams, Emeraldine Shepherd with the 2025s. Nikki, now a member, courtesy of Mama Kitty as well. And Luanuna, courtesy of Mama Kitty as well. Welcome to the Gosh Heckin' Fam. Glad to have you. Also, Sarah Stonk. Let me know how to pronounce that. Welcome to the Gosh Heckin' Thunder Crew. Glad to have you. Man, we got new people joining the fam here. The fam is growing. Look at us. Okay, title again was, Am I the Astronaut for Asking My Friends to Support Me Over Another Friend? I met Ava on a dating app 3 years ago. We dated for a month. I wasn't feeling it, so I broke it off. Later, we reconnected and became good friends. But it was always apparent that she was hoping for more. I've told her I only see her as a friend and I didn't want to lead her on by hanging out, but this wanting more has always been there under the surface. Now and then it would come up, ergo, life would be so much easier if you loved me back. That's grounds for a friendship timeout, sir. Or ma'am. Yeah, you can't, like, it becomes really apparent that if somebody says life would be easier if you just loved me back, that it's not the platonic friendship that you think it is. You're in denial. You're in denial. You're just stringing this person on and you're in denial about it. When I started dating my girlfriend, this became an issue, so Ava and I didn't talk much. My main group of friends, known for 10 plus years, had a falling out over this girlfriend. My girlfriend and I had a rough start and they didn't support the relationship. They also could not resist making their hatred known to my girlfriend and me. It came to a point where I didn't talk to anybody in this group for several months. My girlfriend and I broke up, so I began reconnecting with Ava and my friends. Ava revealed to me that she had reached out to my friends while we weren't talking. Ava was concerned about me, and they shared this mutual dislike of my then girlfriend. She also said one of them had invited her to a Halloween party that we would all be at. I had reservations about this, considering she's had difficulty with her feelings, but I felt that I was on shaky territory, so I figured it was best to go along with it. Yes, it felt like a very volatile situation, so I said YOLO. This Halloween party was the first time Ava met everybody, and they all hit it off. We ended up hanging out a couple more times, and I could see that this was something everybody wanted to make into a normal thing. Her hanging out changed the dynamic with my friends. I wasn't able to relax and be myself. Well, yeah, because your future captor is right there. I finally said something to Ava and told her we needed to stop hanging out, and her feelings made me uncomfortable. I told her she was a great friend, but I could feel she was getting the wrong impression, and that now being ingrained into my friend group was making it worse. She took it terribly and said she couldn't help her feelings. I also told my best friend, who I've known the longest, about my talk with Ava, that it made me uncomfortable, that I should have stopped it a while ago, and that I wanted to say something now before she started getting invited on trips with us, and it just became permanent. He responded that she's our friend now too, and he's going to be neutral in it. Everyone will be invited, and Ava and I will have to work it out. I told him if she's going to be there, I won't. To me, it's not being neutral. I told him I expected him to understand his best friend of close to 20 years and support me over someone he just met 2 months ago. He stood by his initial stance and told me I can't tell him who to be friends with. Blah. Okay. It's different. That's different. So the question was, am I the astronaut for asking my friends to support me over another friend? Now we have the full context.
Was I right?
What you said, NTA?
I did say NTA. It was a blind react.
I don't know if it's an NTA though. I don't know if it's an NTA, because you still have to understand that, yeah, you can't ask people who to be friends and not be friends with. Now you can, what you did, I don't think you've done anything wrong here, so maybe you are NTA. But generally asking somebody to be friends with, or asking someone to not be friends with somebody, you can't do, right? It's not exactly what you did. You're just like, hey, we've been friends for 20 plus years. Doesn't that have more gravity than somebody you literally just met? And your bestie's like, not really. I think you need new friends. I think that's the moral of this story. Like, if you know that your friends stopped being your friends because you started dating somebody that they didn't like, first of all, you're probably the asshole in that situation for letting your friends just disappear and for not maintaining some kind of tether there. But that also happens when you get in relationships. Like, you start doing life with this person, and your time for friends does fall to the wayside. It does happen. So it's complicated, right? There's nothing easy about it. But you knowingly re-engaging with a friendship with someone who you know has feelings for you that they can't suppress or ignore or get rid of means, to me, that means you actively chose to lead this person on again. And that sucks. So I think I'm ESH here. The friends suck. OP, you did a couple shitty things in here too. I understand you expecting your friends to give your relationship with them more gravity than Ava. You cannot enforce that upon them. You cannot ask that of them. However, their actions and their answers here tell you a lot about your friendship with them. And I think everything's in jeopardy now. So it would be best for you to just clean slate this shit. Maybe move, because I have a feeling you're going to end up in a glass box and just get away from all of them. That might be the best move here. I do think it's an ESH. Twisted said, sounds like Ava is so obsessed with OP, she sabotaged his friend's opinion of the girlfriend. I thought that too, but then OP said that Ava admitted to reaching out when they weren't talking because she was concerned. The friends told her they had a problem with the girlfriend. I don't think they magically had that problem. I think she probably got to them first, and she caused this. Like, I'm concerned for you, OP. She's persistent. Persistence can sometimes lead to some strange places. But why would you choose to engage with that? It's like you're inviting your stalker to go bowling. Doesn't seem like a great idea. People do grow apart, sure. But I think in this case, the friends were manipulated by Ava. That's likely. And then I think they probably have been talking probably this whole time. And even though they just met, Ava just met the friend group, she had hooks in them already. So she must be a really good manipulator, which is why she's so like perplexed that her manipulation hasn't worked on OP yet. And she's like, I'm not giving up. I've won over your friend group. Next, your parents. And then you're in a glass box. Don't be friends with people who are obsessed over you romantically. There's the moral of the story. Stalker equals only one person knows they're in a relationship? Hey, it is a little scary. Hey, we're at 30 of 175 on paper cranes. We need to focus on paper cranes. Ladies and gents, Bailey Chapman threw some down. Skittle, Mungal, Karen, not a Karen. Dylan Sprague, Stephanie, Catherine Delgado, Myra Catalina, Keegan, Jamie S., Mungal, Miss Helene. Thanks so much for the love. Tiffany Spate. Welcome to the Gosh Dang It fam. Charlotte Arnold dropping down some paper cranes there, and even more of them. Harper Gray. Mama Kitty with the dolphin. Pilo Sofia. Thanks so much. Tater Thunder really likes watching the dolphin. She likes the really pretty ones. And Ms. H, yeah. Life would be easier if you loved me back. If anybody says that, run. Oh, Fancy Dino Penguin says, LOL, you'll end up with your stalker marrying your sister like I did. I think we've read a story like that too. Yeah, trying to win over the family. Playing the long game. Elise, there you go. Meeting done. What's up, Tater? What's wrong?
I'm just an opinionated person.
You're opinionated?
Yeah.
What?
Because I wasn't going to do feedback today, but I'm like,
You want to give feedback to this one?
no, I just have a, no, it's not feedback. It's a question.
Tater Thoughts has a question. Come on up, Tater. Heat lamps on.
No, I just have a question.
Question.
Because there's so many still ESHs, and I still think it's NTA, but I don't need you to change your opinion based on what I'm going to ask. But what if Ava is a persistent stalker narcissist, and she's doing all this, saying things behind OP's back to his friend group to cause a divide, because she's already got him isolated. They're already choosing her over him. And what if she's manipulating both sides of the equation, and she's got him like right where she wants him? He's isolated. He's alone. He's lost his friend group, lost the girlfriend that he had. I don't know.
I'm still ESH.
I still think there's thoughts.
That's a consideration. However, he still openly admits that he knows she has feelings for him.
I have a thought for that too.
Okay.
He said, I just went along with it because I didn't want to rock the boat. And
So
kind
he's
of
scared of her?
No, it kind of sounds like he's a people pleaser and was already having issues with his friends and didn't want to lose his friends by trying to ice her out. And then when it became apparent that this woman is still pursuing him, even though he said, I don't have feelings for you, that's not going to happen. She then pursued the friend group because she was worried about him. I don't believe it. She feels crazy to me.
Oh, she
I get crazy vibes.
I get crazy vibes too. However,
I think he master manipulated this guy.
I'm still ESH.
Yeah.
Because he's an asshole to himself for stepping further into a trap.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
There's no, like, he should have done this differently. And that's where I'm at.
Yeah.
Like, if somebody says that, if somebody says life would be easier if you just loved me back, like that's the moment you walk, right? And maybe change your phone number.
But when she's infiltrated your entire life at this point, I'm
You
just basing
you
this
just
off.
lay down and wave the white flag, and you're like, "I'm fine, I'll love you back."
No, I think that he needs to find new friends.
Yes.
Because if his friends were willing to listen to this, someone you know for 20 years versus someone you know for 2 months, and they're willing to.
So he feels
Believe
crazy
her.
at this point.
He does, because no one is seeing it from his point of view. And I get that, and that's what a person of this caliber of manipulation would do. And again, this is all theoretical. I don't know if this is true or not.
She's a fucking mastermind.
What if she is? That's it. That's all.
What if she?
You got it. I might have been hurt one too many times.
I'm like-
and that may be where it's coming.
You know who else is a mastermind, though?
Did you say?
You.
I am a master.
You're a mastermind, right?
Which is why I can see inside this crazy woman's
Hmm.
mind. I just use my powers for good instead of evil.
You're a mastermind who uses her powers for good.
Yes.
I get it. Bay Fox dropped the $10 super on the YouTube side. Says, I get opposite vibes, that he is a jerk and seriously misrepresenting Ava and what happened. Entirely possible.
But if someone told you they don't want you, why would you go to their friend group? Because that's crazy talk. That's crazy.
True.
As a woman, that's crazy.
Or if the misrepresentation of Ava is accurate here, maybe he actively let her on. And then when he started dating somebody else, that's when there was a rift with the friend group as well. Maybe they didn't agree with him leading her on. It's possible. It's possible. We only have the story that we have, so all things are possible here. I think what we could do is break this down and say, if we see a friend going through this kind of stuff, like put yourself in the friend group here, and if you see somebody in this kind of situation, having some empathy for them and not taking the word of somebody who jumps in and manipulates or isolates your friend. I think that's the red flag that we need to be able to see. We need to be able to see our friends getting isolated and then take a step back from it when you see something like that and really examine the situation and see what's going on, because they might really need you in that moment. They might. Bay Fox. Okay, so Elise said, on Bay Fox's thought, I've totally been that girl now that you frame it that way. It's possible. We're always getting half of the stories. Shauna, what time do we start our Wednesday lives? We start at 3 p.m. Central. 3 p.m. Central. He may not be the astronaut now, but he probably should have cut it off a while ago when she said that and wasn't backing off. That's what I think. So if this story is 100% accurate here, and even if it's not, OP for the story you've given us here, I do think that you have made some missteps here by continuing that friendship when she said that she had these feelings for you. Yes, it's completely possible that he got isolated and manipulated and felt like he didn't have a choice. But you always have a choice, especially early in the process here, because he made the choice to continue this friendship even though she had these feelings, and I think that's on him. Him making the choice to continue the friendship is probably what put him in the position that he's in now. And he didn't have to say, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. After somebody says, it would be so much easier if you just love me back, like continuing to still be a friend with him, I think was a misstep, and he knows it. They did not get into ages on here, at least. No ages. Okay, that was 3. I'm going to bounce over to 4 here momentarily. We're at 77 of 175 on paper cranes right now, but Raya's throwing them down. She's getting after them. There's a lot of paper cranes. Also, Books Coffee Tea throwing them down as well. Riza Donaldson, Alicia Ramirez, Holly Elizabeth, Adele McFadden, Adventures with Pam, Alicia, again, they're Overkill Mill. Dan won there too. Thanks so much, guys. We're going to get there. We'll get there eventually. 77, 175. We're moving along here. I'm going to get some music that I can't hear rocking here. You know what's interesting is last time I played this, only TikTok could hear it. How does that even work? How does that even work? Elise, men suck, women suck. My guess is that they're both leading it ways that they shouldn't have. That's probably the most accurate version of the story. Everybody sucks. All right, we'll dive into our next story here. Hey there, it is Dusty Thunder. Title of this story is, Am I the Astronaut for wanting to break up with my partner for throwing me under the bus? Well, I'm going in TA. There are several variations of throwing under the bus that could sway how strong of an astronaut OP may be. I'm at NTA right now. If it's a physical bus, definitely NTA. If they blamed you for farting in public, less so.
Maybe they turned down the thermostat.
Maybe they turned down the thermostat and then got accused of their partner of turning down the thermostat, and they got on the cameras to see who actually did it to find out who the culprit was. And
That's a true story.
yeah, that is a true story.
Maybe somebody else got thrown under
That
the
is a
bus.
true story. I
Threw
came in.
me under the bus.
I came in and was working in the studio in the back, which is more closed off, and the air, the heater like blows straight into, and it was 1,000 degrees in there. It was set to like 73, something crazy like that. And I was like to Candy Thunder, "Did you do this?" And she's like, "No." I'm like, "Mm-hmm." So she gets on. You
didn't believe
gets on the cameras and figures out that Tony did it, and then tells me that Tony did it. So then I talked to Tony about it like the next day, and he's like, "You threw me under the bus."
Look at him, he's wicked.
If the bus fits, love your nails. There, if the bus fits.
To be fair, I turned up the heat so Candy Thunder would not be cold in the office out of the kindness of my
Hey,
heart.
that's what happens when you try to do nice
And
things,
look what
Tony
happened.
Spark.
I did it, and did she complain she was cold that day? She did not. And what happened? I got thrown under the bus for it.
I stepped into a sauna in the morning.
I
That's what
got a
happened.
gift from Dusties.
Hey,
that
Dan
said, "I never
One,
did."
welcome to the Gosh Jacket fam. Received a gifted sub from Overkill Mill. Thanks so much, Overkill Mill. La Bella, La TikTok Boss, Sarah Jane Adventures with Pam, Jamie S. Deborah, Elizabeth Browning, Jamie again there, AM Harlequin. Thanks so much for the love, Books Coffee Tea with the woolly hat. Heck yeah. Lady Bella, the TikTok Boss with the Paddington hat. Paddington. It's called a hard stare. All right, we'll dive into the story here. I am NTA won this. I'm sticking with NTA for now, but we'll see where it goes. As we've illustrated here, it could go a variety of directions. Lady Bella with the gold medal too. Heck yeah, thank you. I've 24 female, been in a relationship with my partner 25 male for a year and a half, mostly long distance. His parents are quite strict and traditional. Also with the Night Star. Saw that. It was very cool. Are you catching all the pretty ones that are happening?
I keep looking back. There's too many monitors.
Sorry, too many screens. Recently, we had an issue that I won't go into detail about, but to summarize, his other relatives were involved in providing him with illegal substances. When his parents confronted him, he fully blamed me, claiming that I supplied them just to cover for his relatives. Yeah. Threw you under the drug bus. That is not good. Not good. I was deeply hurt and shocked by this betrayal, especially knowing how traditional his parents are. I've made efforts to build a good relationship with his family, but he jeopardized it all. His parents immediately blamed me, saying I had corrupted him. Eventually, a few hours later, they discovered he was lying, as I told them the truth, and his entire family apologized to me and reprimanded him. While I appreciate the apology, I'm more upset that he was willing to damage my relationship with his parents just to save himself. Hold up, OP.
He's Ross.
He is Ross.
He's Ross fucking
He's
Geller.
Ross Geller. But also, you're more upset that he was willing to damage your relationship with his parents? What about the relationship between you two? Was there no damage done to that? It feels like a betrayal on a different level. To his credit, he has never done anything like this before. No cheating or suspicious behavior. He's always been a bit stingy, but I never realized he could be this selfish. He has since been texting me nonstop trying to resolve this and asking for forgiveness. He's also trying to apologize to my mother in person. I'm struggling to decide if I should end the relationship. He's been there for me during my worst times, but I'm unsure how to move forward. Should I continue this relationship? We had planned out our future together, but I'm not sure if he would repeat this behavior again. Thank you for reading. Sorry if this is all over the place, as this is very, very fresh. He is Ross. He's Ross. Luanuna said, OP, where's your self-worth? You must run away from him. I agree with this. I think the The trust is broken now. This casts a shadow onto every potential situation you may encounter as a couple, particularly situations that his family or parents might be involved in. If his parents are involved, there's a greater risk of him lying, right? So that's a problem. That's definitely problematic. I don't know. Putting myself in OP's shoes, would not be hanging around to find out. I mean, that's first strike, right? But it's a pretty big strike. Not even trying to blame it on someone else, like lying about it, but lying about it at your expense. And I think when people do selfish things at the expense of people they love, they're assholes. And he was an asshole here. He was trying to apologize. An apology is not enough. And he, if you do proceed, must recognize the damage that has been done to the trust right now and how you could see this potentially causing a lot of issues down the road. Also, sounds like old boy needs to be in therapy. He's got some serious issues with his parents that caused this uncharacteristic response in him. It unlocked something that isn't there otherwise. That needs to be explored, and he needs to deal with that before your relationship can be as solid as it needs to be. If he is willing to do all these things and proves it, your call. Otherwise, no. Too big of a risk. It's too big of a risk. Hey, Kuro, Todoroki, Jamie S. LaBella, the TikTok boss with the travel with you. I'm sending all kinds of cool stuff. Travel in the U.S. Thank you so much. We're getting some really cool stuff, Candy Thunder. Candy Thunder with the paper cranes. It'd be the G, Onyx Raven, Darcy with the paper cranes. LaBella, the TikTok boss with the Night Star. We did see that one. Bailey Chapman with the paper cranes. Thanks so much for the love. LaBella with the gold medal Paddington hat. Kuro, Todoroki. Thank you. Greatly appreciate the love. I don't know, I was all high, Sergeant Max says. Wait, what did I miss? Time to clean Cheech. Oh, yeah. I got strong Cheech and Chong vibes right in the very beginning of this. Like, that was the bus that I saw. Or the We're the Millers RV that is made entirely of Mary Jane. We're the Millers. That was a fantastic movie. I was going to tell them the truth. Then I got high. His lie could have gotten her arrested, cost her career, future, book copy D. Yeah, that's right. And yeah, OP, I can see how the immediate alarm bell is, why would you do that to me with your parents? But the bigger alarm bell that I hope came second was, why would you risk our relationship like that over getting reprimanded by your parents? Isn't that okay? Not okay. Bella and Danny, what are we missing over here? Your besties are the best, Callie. Are your besties here? Bella and Danny, your besties are here? Hanging out? Heck yes. What didn't I catch? Oh, what did I miss? Tren, what did I there was something I missed. I gotta scroll back up to see if I can find it. Yeah, sorry. I missed something that 13-year-old me would have typically caught on to. Licorice Whip said, need a new episode of Thunder and Spark, please.
Working on that.
Yep, we're working on it. Also, we're setting a date soon to record the first podcast in the home studio, which is tested. The thing that you guys helped me get Candy Thunder convinced to let me order has been set up, tested, fully functional. Navy Thunder was a big help, and she actually was a big help in setting that up and doing a lot of testing to get it all solid. It is awesome. Can't wait to do a recording session there and maybe even be able to do some live stream stuff from there. The couch setup, we got a 3-camera setup now, and it automatically switches the scene for the person who's talking. So it's got camera A, 1 shot, camera B, 2 shot. Camera C is a 2 shot. So if we're both talking, it'll show that shot. It's so stinking cool. I'm geeking out over it. I can't wait to use it. Can't wait. Navy entering the workforce with 18 years of experience at 18 years old, for real. Legit. She would talk into the microphones as I was asking her to, so I could tell which audio signal was active and tie it to a specific camera. And she would say, 234, 234, I have the best pants in the world. She was saying parents, but it sure sounded like pants. I have the best pants in the world. I love my pants. It was so cute. But I couldn't, and she would immediately look at me to see if I was reacting to what she was saying, but I couldn't hear her because it wasn't working right. It was so cute. So cute. She's a cool kid. La Bella! Lady Bella, the TikTok boss with You're Amazing Too. Thanks so much, Karen Perry, Chrissy Joe. Karen Perry again there with Team Bracelets, Heart Me's, heck yes. Thank you. All right, we'll dive over to the next story here. What am I on? 5? Is that right? We think so? Yeah, I think so. I think that's right.
Let's do that for a second.
Yeah. We are at 121 of 175 on the Paper Crane gift goal. Also, reminder, when we hit the Paper Crane gift goal, we get a spicy story and a Caden Thunder appearance. Spicy story.
Okay, you're good.
Okay. Story 5.
Change a word, just
Do what?
had to change out a word just in case.
Had to change out a word? Oh, do you think I was going to fudge it up?
No, just didn't know if it was gonna. Don't worry about it. I'll explain.
A potential violation word?
Maybe
Okay. I hear you.
could be have a little spice.
Oh, okay. This might have a little spice to it.
Like
A sprinkle. Just a little pepper.
other kind of spice.
Oh my. Okay. Title of this story is Am I the Astronaut for Breaking Up with My Girlfriend for Giving In to Peer Pressure? We'll play the poll game for this one. 1 minute poll has started now. Am I the astronaut for breaking up with my girlfriend for giving in to peer pressure? Cake the Rogue has arrived and is dropping paper cranes to get us over the hump. We're almost there. 156 to 175. Cake the Rogue, you're awesome. You're awesome. Did she do the weed too, Sergeant Mac? I don't know. Am I the astronaut for breaking up with my girlfriend for giving in to peer pressure? Man, that could go in so many different directions. But no, I think you, if you want to be with somebody, be with somebody. If you don't want to be with somebody, don't be with them. I would prefer somebody be upfront and break up with somebody rather than do something like harbor negative feelings and then end up cheating on them, right? So yeah, if you don't want to be with her, don't be with her. That's a respectable thing to do. Lady K, thank you so much. Thank you. 2 seconds left on the poll, and you guys hit the paper cranes. You done did it. All right, it looks like NTA took it, but ASCON 2 actually beat out ESH by 1 vote, and it was in the number 2 spot, though. 41% went NTA, and 17% went ASCON 2. Interesting. Very interesting. Very. I'm going to get some thanks in here real quick. Maybe this one will work. This one will probably break the whole stream. Let's see what happens here. Some thanks. Can I get a gifter's list from you, sir?
Oh, sorry.
For hitting the paper crane goal here. You probably can't hear any music here either, but it looks cool, right? Ryu Kutiha, Charlotte Arnold, Bailey Chapman, Lions Are Coming, Cake the Rogue, AM Harlequin, Adventures with Pam, Jamie's 28, Deborah Elizabeth, Lady Hellabella, Geeky Fane, Overkill Mill, Candy Thunder, Ron Brinza, Darcy LC, You Girl Alicia, Your Girl Alicia, NB Devon U, Night Sparrow, Genesee 2014, NB the G, Callie Knights, Dylan Sprigg, Mandy Chasteen, Mongao, User 2524, lots of numbers, Carissa Marie, Adele McFadden, Renee 0885, 19J Blessing, Tony Spark, Speechless, Harper Gray, and Asuna Asuna, aka Bane. Thanks so much for the love, y'all. You've unlocked the Spicy Story, and Caden Thunder. Let me set up our next goal, and then we'll dive back over to where we need to be. The next one is going to unlock a cake story. It's been a hot minute. A hot minute it has been. If I could type. It's just not hearing music feels so weird to me. It just feels wrong. Feels wrong. All right, let me get back to this. Lights on. That's so weird. It's so weird that I can't hear it. Damn, the weed snorters? That's what I look up to see, Ellen. Them weed snorters. Dan 1 with the hat and mustache. Erica Hawkins, Ashley Gomez, Madison T. Jenny with the ice cream cone with the heart. Me, Shaz, Love, Lady Bella again there. Tiffany Spade, thanks so much for love. Cake the Rogues, all you up there too. Charlotte Arnold, thank you. We've got, turn up my bell tone. Oh, it's like an audio gremlin issue over here. We are going high bears, 1.5K. We're already at 45 of them. And again, that will unlock a cake story. All right, I will get through this story, then we'll do spicy story, then we'll get Caden Thunder up here, and maybe we'll have unlocked the cake story by then. Title again was Am I the Astronaut for breaking up with my girlfriend for giving in to peer pressure? My ex-girlfriend, 27 female, and I, 29 male, had been together for just over a year. I broke up with her last week after yet another situation where her inability to stand up for herself crossed a serious line. The first red flag happened 5 months ago. She came to my apartment after a night out with her friends and confessed tearfully that she had made out with another guy. Her excuse? Her friends were pressuring her to loosen up and live a little, and she didn't want to look uptight in front of them. I was furious, but decided to forgive her because she was honest and apologized immediately. However, I told her that this wasn't okay, and we agreed that she wouldn't go out drinking with those friends again, since they clearly did not respect her boundaries or mine. Fast forward to last week, she told me she was taking a mental health day and would be hanging out with friends. What she didn't mention was that she was heading out to a cabin in a small town with those same friends. I found out when she texted me after the fact, casually saying she'd be back later that evening. This was frustrating enough. I don't think it's unreasonable to want a heads up about a trip, especially with friends I've already expressed concerns about. When she came over the next day, I pressed her about what happened. She initially said that it was just a relaxing day with the girls, but something about her tone felt off. I kept asking, and after 3 days of her denying that anything unusual happened, she finally broke down and admitted the truth. One of her friends had been pressuring her for weeks to join in some bedroom activities with her and her husband. My ex claimed she'd been saying no repeatedly, but eventually gave in to the pressure and went to the cabin with them. She swore that nothing happened and that they didn't go all the way, but at that point, it didn't matter to me. I told her the relationship was over. I explained that while I understand feeling pressured, going to the cabin was her choice. Staying friends with people who constantly push her to violate her own boundaries and mine was her choice. I also told her she needed to seriously think about why she surrounds herself with people who bring out the worst in her. She cried and accused me of blaming her for something she didn't have control over. I told her she absolutely had control unless they dragged her to the cabin at gunpoint. Her decisions were her own. Now her brother is texting me saying that I'm being too harsh and that I should be helping her work through her issues instead of walking away. But at the end of the day, I don't think it's my responsibility to stay in a relationship where my trust and boundaries are repeatedly disregarded. So, am I the astronaut for ending things? Yeah, she doesn't need to be in a relationship for sure. He's NTA. Now, he's NTA, and like I said in the very beginning here, or like I've said a couple of times in this stream already, if you want to be with someone, be with someone. If you don't want to be with someone, don't. Don't. You don't have an obligation to stay. When she repeatedly did things that she knew were not okay and then came back and denied them. Also, tell me you went to a cabin with these people and nothing happened. Bullshit. Also, you came back and lied about it. It took 3 days for you to tell the truth. How am I supposed to trust that you are telling the truth about anything here? There's also another side to this where she gets seriously manipulated by these people, and it's a serious problem, and she really does need help. That's possible. But it's not OP's job to help. She's choosing to be selfish at his expense, or she's being manipulated, and the effects of that are also at his expense and hers. But she has to understand that the expectation that somebody would stick around and see through this, like, That's asking a lot. That's a tall order to ask of someone if that's all legit. I call bullshit, of course. I call bullshit. It took 3 days for her to fess up to it. Yeah, that's a choice. She's lying. It's not because she didn't want to divulge information because she was embarrassed by it. No, she actively lied to you. She's actively lying to you. She has learned to use guilt as a tool to get people to feel sorry for her so she can have her cake and eat it too. It didn't work with you, so now she's lying to her brother because she's probably sleeping on his couch right now, and he's just getting all the guilt, and he's like, you're a dick because I have to deal with this now. Well, too bad. He has a choice too, maybe just less of one than you have. He's bullshit. What do you think? What do you think? No control over what? No control over it? What? That's not what that means, Elise says. Age, yeah, age would be something. I don't think we go into that at all. Oh, yeah, no. She's 27. 27. This better not be the cake story. No, it's not. It's not. Zila, yeah, I think she is the one that's being manipulative as well. And my gut reaction is that because guilt is the first go-to when it comes to manipulating people, right? Guilt. She's immediately coming back and making OP feel guilty. That's why he chose to keep going in the first place. He chose to forgive her. She uses guilt as a tool. And whenever he finally said, I had enough, we're done, she immediately started guilting someone else. And then OP started catching flack for that too. Guilt is her weapon. Yeah, 27. Yeah, 27. I was thinking it was, this is the behavior over Kill Mill. Yeah, 27 on paper. This is behavior of a much younger person. Just likes a party. The cabin part. Yeah, this is, it's not okay. You are not the astronaut for ending things. You have every right to end that relationship. So, that's it. That's it. And before we get into a spicy story, you've unlocked him, so we're going to bring him up. Caden Thunder, are you ready?
Yeah.
You got your monologue prepared?
Yeah.
Bring it. Bring it. Here he comes, ladies and gents. Fill up my water.
How's everybody doing?
Oh my god, it's Caden Thunder.
Yay, it's Caden Thunder.
I'm so excited, man. Calm down.
You know, I'm notoriously very energetic and loud and, you know, bouncing off the walls. Yeah, how are you guys doing?
Caden wants one thing you can't give up.
A nap. I can't give up a nap.
You can't give up what?
A nap. And Diet Coke. And
Say naps?
naps and Diet Coke.
I wish I took enough naps to be able to not
Naps are
naps.
naps are nice.
Are you a power napper or do you extended naps?
No, I need long naps.
You like a coma napper?
I need like
You do the 90-minute sleep cycle nap?
an 8-hour nap.
Jesus.
That's just sleep.
Sleep.
Yeah.
And that's
I guess you could call it that if you want to be specific and all. 8 to 10 hour nap every day around the same time.
That's
maybe,
sleeping.
Maybe when it gets dark.
that's just sleeping.
Maybe not. Who am I to say? I know I'm a very excitable person. I'm so loud and out there. Most people can't handle the amount of extrovertedness that I have. So much.
He's a lot. All the time.
Yeah, I don't take naps. I take sleeps. I need to take a sleep. 8 to
We-
10 hour nap, usually around 10, 12.
We read a story recently that had a UK OP, and they say like have a shower, have a nap, have a instead of like take
Have
a
a shower?
They say have a instead of take a. I just thought it was really interesting. Like have a shit
I'll have $1
instead
million.
of take a shit.
And a yacht,
The yacht.
the small one.
I've heard a lot about about like there's a 90-minute like sleep cycle, and it should be in multiples of 90 minutes. Like that's how you should think, so you can actually get through a sleep cycle. I don't know if that's bullshit or what. I think like I'm a fan of the 30-minute power nap, and it really helps.
Yeah, I like my 8 to 10 hour naps at night. That's what I like. I like it a lot. Yeah, you know me. I could host a show how talkative I am. You just put me in front of a camera, and I don't have a script or any plan. I just talk about things.
We do need to we need to get back on some stories to fall asleep to. We've been recording like normal member VIP stories for the members, which is something if you're not a member you need to know. We have at least a couple stories per week that are members only. So there's a whole playlist out there, but we need to have you do a story to fall asleep to because you have.
I don't have anything.
No, I mean your tone could be very relaxing as well.
Yeah, maybe. Do I relax you guys, or do I make you feel unrelaxed?
Excited?
Not excited, just not relaxed. I'm not asking anyone if I'm making them excited. I just mean, do I make you... Do I make you relaxed, or do I make you unrelaxed? Thank you for... Yeah. Anyways, I'll be going now.
Caden Thunder,
Have a nice
ladies and
day.
gentlemen. Caden Thunder. Also, Tater Thunder and Ava Thunder have arrived in the studio. Hello. Still feel like the North Pole up there? Yep. It's crazy cold out. It's crazy cold outside.
It's sunny and
It
sunny.
is puzzle time. There we go. Got it done. Got her done. All right, I'm going to get back to this. That'd be a different story to fall asleep to. You need to say Bueller. There you go. His voice is soothing. See, Michelle? Yeah. Yeah. He doesn't get super animated like I do, so it's different. Okay. ASMR, Caden. There you go. Never heard the camera crane? That's my desk, actually. So my whole desk, I have different settings for like when Tony Spark or Caden come up, I will lower it down to their height, and the camera is just mounted to it, so it goes that way. Stage, thanks so much. Greatly appreciate that. They are. I have a beautiful family. Well aware. Okay, we're gonna dive to the spicy story. Oh goodness, ladies and gents, we got one of these for you. It's spicy time. Spicy like dramatic time, not spicy like areola exposing. Just in case we need to. It's not book talk spicy. It's just spicy like dramatic spicy.
I thought you said Botox spicy.
Not Botox spicy, book talk spicy. It's yeah. Tony Spark has a problem with the word areolas.
You don't need to say it on the street.
I think it's a triggering word for him, like moist for a lot of people.
It's something you don't need to say.
It's something I don't need to say. It's one of my shticks now.
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, here's this spicy story. Title is, Am I the Astronaut for Refusing to Walk My Daughter Down the Aisle? And that's why it's not that kind of spicy. Am I the astronaut for refusing to walk my daughter down the aisle? Let's do the poll for this one. I can't imagine refusing that. I can't imagine it. So I automatically feel like OP is going to be more of the asshole just because I can't imagine something so bad happening that you would refuse that honor. So I'm going to go at least 3 here. Should have done it differently. It's probably going to end up being an NTA, or an ESH, yes. But, I mean, something bad must have happened for that to be okay. Like, real bad. Real bad. Candeli, ESH is everyone sucks here. Less than 900 to go for a cake story on the High Bears. Aunt Sue, Allison Kakmar, Jade, Riza Donaldson, Jenny with the ice cream cone. Tone? Words are hard. Darcy, Justice Blessing. Darcy again there. Fane, Erica Hawkins, Anarchy Rat. Alicia Reed. It just became a 10-month sub in there. Gosh, heckin' fam on the TikTok side. Chikazolo, Kuro Todoroki. Thanks so much for the love. Bailey Chapman dropped 350. Hi, Bears. Tiffany Spate, 83 in Barksdale. Thank you. Jen here. Keegan, Dylan Sprague, NB the G, Allison. Thank you, guys. Raya dropping the tiny dice. Thanks so much for the love. We are all over the place here. ESH took it with 37 votes. AskCon1 is right behind that with 35. It's an ESH AskCon1. Everybody sucks real bad. All right, let's dive in. I'm way in a different direction. I'm at AskCon3, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. I, male 49, have 2 daughters, Marie, 27, and Julie, 23. For context, Julie is not my biological daughter since I married my current wife when she was only 2, and since her dad was absent, I adopted her as my own, but I love both of my daughters the same. Green flag. This being said, I am closer to Julie since she has and still lives with us, and we do almost everything together. Julie is the younger one. Okay. Instead, Marie is closer to her mom, mainly because her mom got full custody of her and has never lived with me. Now to the main issue. Julie got engaged about a year ago and immediately asked me to walk her down the aisle. I, of course, agreed and have actively helped her with the planning of the wedding, which is scheduled to be in October of 2022. A couple weeks ago, Marie asked me to go grab some coffee with her and let me know that she's currently pregnant and will soon get married. To be honest, this got me up. Words are hard. To be honest, this caught me off guard since I didn't even know she had a boyfriend. She apparently will have quite a fast wedding since she doesn't want to show too much, meaning her wedding will be in 3 months. She says it'll be a small ceremony and asked me to walk her down the aisle. I felt weird about it since I don't even know her fiance and it's all so sudden, so I asked her to let me think about it. It seemed like this answer surprised her, but she understood. I then went home and let my wife and daughter know, and Julie asked me to please decline since she wanted to be the first to be walked down the aisle, and since she asked first, she thinks that I have a stronger commitment to her. I agreed since this is more of an us thing rather than an afterthought like Marie's wedding. Okay, I'm throwing a red flag here. There's more to this, but okay. I understand you're wanting to know more about the situation. I don't think your willingness to walk her down the aisle should be dependent on having that information or not. And then when you get home and your other daughter is like, please say no because I want to be first, that's not cool either. Okay? That's not cool either. Like, that's a game. It's a game where they're risking your relationship with your daughters. I understand you have less of a serious one with your first daughter, but I don't feel like you're being transparent here either, because saying no because you don't know who the fiance is or you have other questions, I feel it's just as easy to say, who's the father? Who are you marrying? Like, I have so many questions instead of, let me think about whether I'll walk you down the aisle or not. It took just as much effort to just ask the fucking questions. I then sent a message to Marie letting her know of my decision with a brief explanation and even offered options like her mom or stepdad to walk with her. I also reassured her that I'd still be with her there and support her with anything. Except not really. She almost immediately called me crying and telling me of how horrible a father I am and how I apparently have always played favorites, which hurt me since it's simply not true. I love them both. I tried to explain my reasoning, but she said it doesn't matter and doesn't care about my excuses. She ended up hanging up, and my ex has been sending me tons of texts berating me and calling me names. Now word has spread to some family members, and they are calling me a deadbeat dad and trash, but my wife and daughter agree that my decision is the only fair one and shouldn't be pressured into doing something that I don't want. I'm starting to feel guilty, but I'm honestly unsure. Am I the astronaut for refusing to walk my daughter down the aisle? To me, yes, you are. Edit, I don't know what to do now. These comments have really opened my eyes on how horrible I was to my daughter. I feel like I've been oblivious to several things I did and allowed to happen. I feel like the worst asshole there is, and I don't even know if there's room to fix it. I'll try to reach out to her, but after reading your opinions, I doubt she'll accept, and I totally get that. Top comment, YTA, you clearly don't love your daughters the same if you can withhold your support and love from one of them. Sorry, words are really hard. You clearly don't love your daughters the same if you can withhold your support and love from one of them. Your daughter asked you to be by her side at one of the most important days of her life, and you're like, nah, unbelievable. Maybe you don't think you're playing favorites, but you clearly are. And maybe July has also been rubbing your relationship in Marie's face over the years. Julie, it's supposed to say. Why else would she insist that she gets to be first to be walked down the aisle by you? That's some crazy, controlling, and jealous behavior. Being the first to walk down the aisle with you is Julie finding a way to prove that she's better than Marie, and you're tolerating it. She clearly believes she's in competition with Marie instead of feeling joy and celebrating with her. That's petty and nasty. Well, I guess you won't have to consider Marie's feelings at all anymore, because she's definitely going to go no contact after you treated her so abominably. All right, there is an update. Before we get into that, let's talk.
Damn.
Let's talk. Reddit took care of it. Heck yeah. I'm so glad that he felt this, and it sounds like he's got a realization now that it's even worse than we initially knew, because of what he allowed to happen means that worst case scenario here, his wife and daughter have been manipulating him to keep distance between him and Marie. To what ends, though? Like, I do not understand. Like, she wants to be first. She wants to be the golden child. You could still be the golden child, and he gets to have a relationship with Marie. He says we never had much of a relationship because her mother got sole custody. Well, that doesn't mean that you can't have a relationship. Build a relationship. It takes work. You build it. And clearly she was still open to having a relationship with you because she asked you to walk down the fucking aisle with her, and you're like, let me think about it. Wrong answer. That's not the right answer. I can't imagine treating one of my kids this way. Ever. Twisted, I voted Ascon 2 originally, but I changed my vote to Ascon 1 to Lulu Brozo. I'm with you. I am with you. At least he's willing to learn from his mistakes, Sarah. Yeah, but like he just jumped into an ice bath. That's what he's feeling right now, because the veil has been lifted, and now he's realizing that he's been manipulated, and now his relationship with his wife and Julie, the younger daughter, are now in jeopardy as well. He's been manipulated. Like everything's being exposed right now. All right, let's dive into the update and find out. Before anything, I want to thank everybody who gave their opinion. Though harsh, it helped me see how much of an ass I was. Now to the update. Tons happened after my post and since my edit. I tried calling and texting Marie, but she rejected my calls. Eventually, I was able to talk to my ex, who told me Marie wasn't in the position to talk since I put a lot of stress on her and could be dangerous because of her pregnancy. Didn't even think about that part. An even bigger asshole now. You know what? I'm going to put you through a bunch of emotional bullshit while you're pregnant. I didn't want to cause more harm, so I stopped bothering her, but I did let my ex know that I felt horrible and wanted to apologize. She, once again, called me out on my BS, but agreed on talking to her. On Tuesday, she finally answered my text and agreed on talking, but only over the phone and with her mom there. Of course, I agreed, and we had a long but productive talk. As a lot of you guessed, she has been bottling up a lot of resentment towards me and Julie's relationship, and has opened up about how she always feels left out and pushed away. She actually told me several events I wasn't aware of between her, Julie, and my wife. Yeah. Thus the allowed to happen comment he had earlier. I apologized profusely and offered to walk her down, and surprisingly, she accepted my apology, but said she isn't ready to accept me to walk her down the aisle at this time, since now the thought of it makes her mad and sad. I understood, but insisted that I will if she asks again. We agreed on my meeting her fiance, as many of you suggested. It'll be later in the week on Sunday. Turns out they've been dating for almost 2 years. She never thought I'd care, so never introduced us, and I never stopped to ask about her love life. She's still hurt, but is trying to stay stress-free, so I will try to keep it that way. She didn't ask for anything else, but didn't uninvite me either, luckily. I did offer her to go to therapy, but she said she's already going, but agreed on looking on the possibility of going together. As for Julie and my wife, I talked to them earlier today. I held on telling them to sort out things with Marie first. I sat them down and confronted them about how they had treated Marie. My wife didn't say much and said that she didn't have time or energy for that conversation. Julie denied everything, which I of course don't believe. Then I dropped the bomb and everything exploded. You mind shutting that down? My wife asked why I'm babying my daughter and allowing her to bully me into changing my mind. I couldn't help but laugh seeing the irony. She ended up being fed up and leaving the room. Julie got mad immediately and asked me why I was ruining her special day and everything we worked for. Not gonna lie, I did feel sad seeing her upset, but I let her know her wedding and walking is still happening. She started crying and stayed in her room all day until now. She's 23, right? Yeah, 23. My wife is currently ignoring me and I'll probably have to sleep in the guest room. As for now, I'm looking forward to being there for both of my daughters and future grandchild. I know Julie will get over it eventually. She tends to be like this. So Reddit, thank you for helping me see the dumbass I was and helping me to maybe salvage my relationship with my daughter. Oh, P, you got a long way to go. Like, okay, so recognizing, being aware is the first step in turning something around, right? But now you're aware that you've been doing tons of damage for a long time. It's going to take a ton of work and a long time to work to a healthy place. You're not in a healthy place right now with anyone, and that's the unfortunate reality of this. It's gonna get worse before it gets better, because to get better, you had to create some boundaries at home, and you've kind of done that. But I think you're still very, very, very vulnerable to being manipulated on the home front here. You got a long way to go. I know that with everybody. Yes, cut the bullshit. Also can't blame, I don't think you can blame your wife and daughter for this happening, because you made it happen too. You're her dad. You should be aware of the damage it was creating. You should be aware of all the failures that you've had here, and now you are. But it's not just them. It's like this all happened together. Now they could be sources of damage, and that's the part that you have to limit here, right? So you've got to keep a real close eye on things. It seems like Chad has this sentiment where it's not about Julie. This is stemming from his wife, and it could be a real possibility. That really could be a thing here. But I think as a dad, I mean, at least you know now, just understand it's going to be a lot of hard work, and consistently choosing the right thing, asking the questions, being aware and being involved, but being present. At bare minimum, being 100% present to both of them moving forward is going to be very important. Tater Thunder, you have anything you want to throw on here? Okay. Who is Deja? Yeah, whenever the heater kicks on here, there's a vent right above the mic, and it gets real loud. Helen, they're trying to manipulate him. I don't know if it's a they. I mean, I assumed they too, but it could just be stemming from the wife. Could be. Could be. He had no problem dragging Marie, but won't even mention what Julie and wife did to Marie. Yeah. He definitely has a favorite, and it's not Marie. And he's trying to fix that now, too. But fixing that is going to be a delicate, very careful process, because fixing it means elevating one to the level that the other one is at, not lowering one to meet somewhere in the middle, right? Otherwise, you got to do damage. Ugh. But am I the astronaut for refusing to walk my daughter down the aisle? Yeah, you were. You're turning it around. But I think you, manipulated or not, I think you were in an ask on one place. You were in a place where you were making ask on one moves, and you should know better. Whether they manipulated you to do it or not, I don't give a shit. You were an ask on one to your daughter. I'm putting you there. Gonna send you all the way up. And you do get this because of the manipulation that you allowed to happen here. Yes, you've at least stopped it temporarily. You got a long road ahead. Long road ahead. We are at 80% of the live goal. We're at 1232 right now with 15 hundo on the high bears, which again unlocks a cake story. And Bailey Chapman just dropped 450 of those high bears. Thanks so much. Allie Ruth Jones dropping a bunch as well. Katriana Jones. Katriana or Katrina? I'm just adding letters that aren't there now. Broken with the heart me. Jenny with the ice cream cone. Patience. Grandma Shark. Do. Callie Knight. Jenny with the ice cream cone. Allie B. Thank y'all so much. Patience with the rose. And high bears. It's salvageable, Red says. I was no contact with Dad for 25 years and now we're great. That's awesome. And I think that's probably speaks more to who you are as a person than it does to Hita. Than it does to how big of... Words are hard. You know what I'm trying to say. That speaks a lot about you. In a good way. Okay, we are on our way to unlocking that cake story. 1290 to 1500 right now. In the meantime, I'm going to jump over to story 6. We ready? Here we go. Title of this story is, Am I the Astronaut for Refusing to Give My Boyfriend Gas Money? Let's start a poll. 1 minute poll starts right now. Am I the astronaut for refusing to give my boyfriend gas money? What would you vote, Tater? Refusing to give boyfriend gas money?
I don't know, that's pretty vague.
Yeah, it's pretty big. It's pretty... You know what comes to my mind, though? I'm like, no, I don't want no scrub. Yeah.
That's what I was saying. He probably asked one too many times.
Yeah. He's like, I need gas money.
I'm gonna go NTA.
And your credit card. I also need your social security number. I'm NTA here as well. 17 seconds left. Broken with the high bears. Who is Deja? Katrina Jones. Not Katriana this time. Cake the Rogue. Dropping more high bears there. You guys are awesome. When you hit the goal. Look at that. You done hit it. You done hit it. We'll get through this story and then we'll dive into the cake story. We'll go long. NTA took the cake on this one by a mile. 65% voted NTA. And people got some strong feelings about boyfriends asking for gas money. My 20 female boyfriend, 23 male, have been dating seriously for about 6 months now. He lives about an hour away from me, which was never a problem in the past when we've drove to see each other. Recently, he has been working a lot and has been asking if I could drive to his place more frequently because he's usually very exhausted as he works a very physically demanding job. Me, wanting to be an understanding girlfriend, has had zero problem with driving to see him, and he is truly my favorite person, and I love seeing him. Side note, neither of us are financially unstable. We both have great paying jobs, both have willingly supportive families if we ever needed help. Well, this changes things. I think I drive to his place far more often, and I have never had a problem with the drive taking up all my gas, unless there is massive amounts of traffic that causes me to be driving for almost 3 hours on my way back home. But even then, I'll just buy my gas myself, and I have no problem with it being wasted on him. Last week, I had a talk with him asking if he could possibly drive up to me this time, as I had an incredibly busy few weeks ahead, and would really appreciate it, as we haven't seen each other in a while, since I haven't driven to see him in a minute. He agreed in a very sullen tone that kind of irked me, but I remembered that he is very consistently exhausted from work and brushed it off. Until yesterday, the day we agreed for him to drive up comes, and on his way to me I get a call that consisted of him complaining about how this drive took up a lot of his gas, and he said, quote, "You need to pay me gas money for this trip for here and back." I, being confused, asked, "Is there a lot of traffic?" He responded, "No. Just driving all this way has sucked up all my gas, and I feel like it's only fair to you for you to compensate me." I reply, "I get that, but I've just never personally asked you for it before." He responds, "Well, if you did, I would." I said that we would talk about it once he gets here, trying to avoid a disagreement, but instead he decides to hang up on me, and I guess turns around. I check our shared life Why are words so hard? What is it? I check our shared Life 360 about 30 minutes later when he was supposed to get to my house, and it shows him already almost back at his house. I tried to call him multiple times, but he only texted me that I was being unfair and ridiculous. Am I the astronaut? I think we got it right, y'all. I think we got it right with NTA, and it wasn't even the kind of situation that we were talking about where it was, he's going to bleed you dry and destroy your credit. No, he's just a dick. This is way easier. He's just an asshole. Oh yeah, I want you to, of your own volition, to drive up to see me, and when you drive up to see me, you will pay for it. The whole, if you had asked, I would have paid for it is bullshit. Him asking you this, I feel like, is a signal that there's something else going on. He's got a reason to not 100% want to come see you, not want to spend time with you. What would make that okay? I can't imagine doing that while dating somebody. You've been dating seriously for 6 months. 6 months is still pretty early into a relationship. Can you imagine if I had asked you to pay for my gas when I came over to see you and 6 months after dating?
No. We wouldn't be dating.
No, we wouldn't be dating. You're right. We wouldn't be. It's worse that it's not about the money. It's worse. It just means he's an asshole. And you didn't even say no. You said, we'll talk about it when you get here. And his response was to turn around and go home. He didn't want to see you, girlie. I'm sorry. He's just not that into you. He had something better to do at home.
I would have broken up with him the second that he said that I was being unfair and ridiculous. Because hanging up on someone and turning around is unfair and ridiculous.
Wow. Asking in the first place is being unfair and ridiculous. So him saying, I don't know, it's bullshit. He's definitely a brozo. We'll give him that.
Yeah.
His time is more valuable than your time. His gas is more valuable than your gas. That's the message you need to take from this.
He's going to buy a purse and give it to his daughter.
Oh, he's going to buy the purse you really want. Pretend he's giving it to you and then give it to his daughter. Yep. Sounds like the same kind of guy.
Yeah.
Ugh. It's not his car. Methinks he is trying to cover his tracks, Shay says. Ooh. Ah. E. Ah. I would not,
He cheating.
yeah, I would not stick around. See you later, Caden Thunder. I would not stick around for this. Cake the Rogue said, I just stopped to get gas and it was packed with the incoming snow tomorrow. Oh, yeah. This guy's probably there somewhere. I think you could probably imagine the vehicle that this guy drives to. We could probably describe it to a T. But everybody in their own parts of the world has their own version of that guy, right? So it's going to be something different for everybody. I don't like it doing a distance thing, even if it's only a few hours apart, would still be tough. I like to see you. I'd like to come home to my person. That would be really difficult. We'd be like doing FaceTime calls and watching shows together. Doing commentary throughout. That'd be fun. It'd be fun. Okay, we did get there. All right, can I get a gifters list from somebody? I'm going to give some thanks here. We're going to read the cake story, and then we'll be done. And then I get to investigate and figure out what my audio issue is. Why I cannot hear music. I do not like it. In particular order here, Bailey Chapman led the board by a lot. Holy crap. Bailey Chapman, you carried us here. You carried us on this one. Thank you so much. In the number 1 spot, Bailey Chapman. Who is Deja in the number 2 spot? Onyx Raven, Charlotte Arnold, Katrina Jones, not Katrina, Katrina. Cake the Rogue, I Am Broken, TKP Nurse, Darcy LC, Janice C, 2014. Candy Thunder's doing some kind of like crazy yoga poses over here in my peripheral. Miss Jack of No Traits, Jen here, NB Devin U, Lions Are Coming 3, Ash Girl 93, Jade Crochet's Roses, Kuzane Mom, NB the G, Adventures with Pam, Renee 0885, R1 Indio, Patience Doctor, Gabarino, I need patience, Callie Knight, Hick Chick, Tony Spark, Dylan Sprague, 19J Blessing, Cozzolo, Sarah Bush, Jerry Lego Fourth, Speechless, Erica Hawkins, Skittles Mad, Asuna, aka Bane, I want to say Akabane, I don't know, Aunt Sue, 257, and Casey. Thanks so much for the love. We are going to go to just like bolts now, I believe, just to carry us out during this cake story. If it will respond. Let's do this right quick. This will be just because. My goal is words are hard. There we go, Devin Yu. Is it Devinu? Devin Yu. Okay, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a cake story for you. I'm gonna find it right now. Title of this cake story is Am I the Astronaut, female 28, for getting mad about my family eating cake I bought for New Year's Eve? Well, no. Of course, I'm not even doing a poll for that. Of course not. You got a cake, somebody ate the cake who wasn't supposed to eat the cake. Be mad about the cake. It's cake! I know that there can be bias, but I always feel like my thoughtfulness gets taken advantage of, especially by my family. Let's start right there. This has been a pattern. Gift giving and helping out with things like parties is kind of a love language of mine. My mom, female 49, went New Year's Eve to buy my family some dessert platter from a grocery store, and when she brought all the groceries home, she knows she bought it, but she left it at the grocery store. I wasn't necessarily upset, but since I have a big sweet tooth, I offered to go out and buy dessert myself and even went to a local bakery instead. When I got there, a lot of their stuff was already sold out, only some packs of one flavor of cookies and some croissants, and then there was one party platter of cake samples, brownies, and cannolis left. I asked how much it was, and they said $33, which was decent for something local and a bigger amount than a whole cake. Flash forward, I actually ended up going out for the first time ever on New Year's Eve with friends and left the cake platter for my family. I did try a cannoli. It was small, and half a square slice of red velvet and this lemon curd cake. There was still a lot left, like there were 10 cake square samples, 4 brownie squares, a round cheesecake slice, and 3 cannolis. I planned to have some cake on January 1st after work. My day off was New Year's Eve, but literally when I had 2 hours left of my work shift and came home at 7 p.m., I started feeling off. My stomach was growling badly and I lost my appetite. Turns out it was norovirus, which I still have right now as I'm writing this on the 5th. So I had no cake and many trips to the bathroom. That does not sound fun. My appetite still isn't fully back, but I was looking forward to trying one of the other cakes or a brownie. My mom then told me that she and my brother, male 21, ate most of the cakes on New Year's Eve and only 2 slices were left. The ones my mom knows I don't like compared to the rest. I got upset, saying that she didn't even think of trying to leave me 1 or 2 flavors I like or even half the square. I told her that she should pay me for a part of it since I expected to also have some cake and not just leave me with stuff that's not my first choice. My mom said she has bought me food my whole life and says I should pay her back for everything she paid for me. I said it wasn't just the fact that they ate a lot of the cakes, it's that she never asked. She said I can't leave cake in there for a month, but I said that you guys didn't even think to leave me anything for the next day, even if I didn't get sick. She says I always make a big deal when I buy stuff, but I don't do stuff like this often unless I'm able to and in a good mood. I feel like anything I do is something extra. Something extra in even a small way, like buy local instead of Walmart desserts. Stuff like this happens with my family. So, am I the astronaut? I don't know about you all, but this was exhausting for me. So there wasn't communication here. So she bought it for New Year's Eve, left it for the family, and then somehow thought that the family had access to her thoughts. It was going to be like, okay, she did have some of this already, but I think she's going to want more of it, so we should probably save these things. Yes, if people were super duper considerate, they might think ahead. That's something your partner might do for you. Unlikely that it's something your family is going to just automatically do, especially knowing that you had already had some of it. So you didn't communicate these things ahead of time. You just expected it of them. And I think when you have high expectations of people like this, you're kind of setting yourself up for failure. Are you not? That's me. I feel like it was I feel like having these expectations of somebody and then bitching about it whenever you offered to go get the dessert for them and even say that you left it for them and you went out on New Year's Eve. There were still a couple pieces of something left the next day. It just wasn't the stuff that you liked, but you had already had some. If you wanted to make sure you had something set aside, you set it aside. Set it aside. Don't just expect other people to do that for you without you asking, without you communicating that to them. It's like, we parents cannot read minds. We humans cannot read minds. I mean, some people can, but ESH, everybody sucks here. She's whining about it 5 days later. ESH, but I'm also disappointed and now want cake. 0 stars. I'm with you on ESH here. It was, well, I don't even know that the family are assholes, honestly. Somebody left a cake for them that they had already taken some stuff out of, and they ate it. Sounds like she and her son might have had the munchies. That's what it sounds like. They ate most of it. Yeah. Had that New Year's Eve edible is what it sounds like. But we'll go ESH nonetheless here. Elise says, I could really use some cookies. You can really go for some cookies, Tony. Tony. Yeah, for me, it's a communication issue. At OP, I don't think you can expect these things of people, especially not without communicating these things to them ahead of time. And ultimately, it's on you. If you want to make sure you have something, you do the work to make sure that you have something. Rely on, instead of assuming that other people are going to know that you're relying on them for something, it's a recipe for disappointment. So be disappointed less often by expecting less of people, especially when you're not communicating to them. Oh my goodness. We can't read minds. We can't do it. All right, you might get some music here. We'll see. That does it for our show today, ladies and gents. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. Allie B, Who is Deja, Solutions Only, Sherry Sosa, Candice Goulet, Amanda Williams, Cake the Rogue, Juju Girl, Jenny with the ice cream cone, Juju Girl again, Cake the Rogue again, Who is Deja, Ruth Jones, Guttery, Amanda Williams, Katrina Jones, Adventures with Pam, Chrissy, Lacey Lex, King of the Tiny Diny, Celestial, Broken, Real Broad, Darcy, Jenny, Lacey Lex, Harpy. Thank you guys so much for the love. Greatly appreciate you joining in today and having fun with us. We will be doing VIP here shortly, so we're going to set up for that.
I gotta take Ava, so it'll just be you and Tony.
Tony Spark and I will be doing VIP here shortly. Give us about 10 to 15 minutes to get set up for that, and we'll see you here soon. Hopefully, next time we see each other, I'll have stable music going, and we'll have some fun there. Yep, we're doing a VIP live, so if you're a member on the YouTube side or part of the storm on the TikTok side, yes, you will be able to join in with the live here in about 15 minutes, and it'll just be a small hangout. We will do some Wheel of Thunder stuff. It's been a minute. See you here soon. Thanks, guys. Bye. No music is weird. Even saying bye without music, it just feels wrong. I just don't understand it.